Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. Today going beast mode with MP-32, Cybertron leader Convoy Beast Wars, aka Optimus Primal, Takara's first masterpiece Beast War figure. And I gotta say, I'm not a Beast Wars fanboy, G1 guy. Struggled to get into Beast Wars, but they've really nailed the figure. I mean, nailed this figure. It looks really, really good. And not only that, but quality. We'll get into looking at this guy. Maybe as good as I've ever seen on a masterpiece. No paint issues, no plastic flash, no sprue marks, nothing. Just looks really good. All right, so looking forward to getting into this with you. Let's kick it off. So let me start by giving you the quick nickel tour of the box here. We'll go quick, but want to show it to you because they did a really nice job. There from the box, you've got, of course, your typical product shots. You've got the Beast Wars eye kind of behind that. All the cool logos. Transformers Masterpiece up there with the Beast Wars kind of style. Same down here in the corner. You've got one side of the box with the Gorilla product shot. Flip it around here. You've got the other side, bot mode. Then when we swing around back here, you can see Gorilla mode. Comes with extra faces. So you've got two extra faces in addition to the one on the figure for Gorilla mode. Over here, bot mode. Different gimmicks. 3 extra faceplates, so 4 total faceplates. Couple swords, guns on the back, a jet mode, guns that flip out the arms. We'll check all of that out closer up. All right, so let's pop this guy out of the box, check him out. As always, I get ahead of myself here. Before we get to the figure, a couple extras. Transformers Masterpiece, Convoy Beast Wars, collector card here, really cool piece of artwork. Action pose coming at you. Flip it around the back here and get the product shots and the stats. The guy is jacked. 10s across the board. Don't know if I've ever seen that before. Impressive. And then here we have the big, nice color fold-out insert. Lots of product shots. And again, a bunch of different pictures showing you the gimmicks. And on the other side, of course, just the transformation instructions. Okay, guys, here he is out of the box. Optimus Primal. Got the red eye glow on there. It's hard to see, but we'll go in closer. Again, really, really nice figure. Almost perfect in terms of what I'd say quality aspects. I'll have a few design nits here and there, but all in all, this is a really impressive figure. And I'm not even, again, a Beast Wars fan. So what you see there is what you get, the figure, a couple swords, and then again, it's the swappable faceplates, which I'll show you. I'll give this guy a little bit of a spin. You can check him out. They really nailed the tune accuracy here. Here's from the side. This guy's got a lot of playability too. Good posability and articulation and kind of ratchety joints, so he hold poses well, he balances well. You can check him out here from the back, and there's not a lot of kibble. I mean, it's not bad. He's got kind of that backpack thing, but I think that's pretty normal, or pretty well done at least, in terms of, again, having the guns and everything back there that should be there. And you'll see when I go in close up, I mean, this guy's head sculpt, and the paint is so, so good. Paint across the figure looks just like those CGI renditions. So let's go ahead and go in closer and check this guy out. So first here, let me just give you a sense of scale. You've got MP10 there. You can see how it comes up in terms of size and scale to MP10. And what I found in some other pictures and reviews is he's great scale for a lot of the other deluxe Beast Wars figures that you can get. Rhinox, Rat Trap, some of these guys that are out there. Fits in really nicely with that scale if you want to build out further the Beast Wars team. And of course, Cheetor, I believe, is coming as well. But other than that, not sure how deep they're going to get into Beast Wars. So if you're trying to collect them all, you may find yourself needing some mix and match of Masterpiece and existing mass-produced figures. One other knock on this guy might be price. He's pretty expensive. In the States, you're finding them north of 120 bucks or so. Whereas an MP10, like on the right, Hasbro version with trailer, 150 bucks. You get a Takara version somewhere a little bit north of that, but still a lot more than Beast Mode Convoy over here for the price it appears. But you have to bear in mind this Beast Mode mold, pretty unique. Probably not going to have a lot of reissues with this, a lot of opportunity to kind of average down their fixed costs. So when they're making a figure like this, they got to kind of get their money because it's not going to have so many releases like the Seekers, like an MP10, etc. So I can understand a bit of the higher price. It's probably a bit even, maybe a little bit too high still. But I understand the higher price because of the uniqueness of the mold and all the development that had to go into this one figure. It's not going to have a lot of other reissues, I would imagine. Okay, so let's go in close and let's start off with this guy's head sculpt. Again, I think it's really, really nice. The paint is really good. It's like this blue, but it's got kind of this metallic sheen to it. You can see through there. Kind of likeness is spot on. This guy looks exactly like that CGI rendering. They just did such a nice job with that kind of odd, almost really slick looking. By slick, I just mean kind of like the texture in the cartoon, because it's old school CGI, you know, like 90s CGI. That they were able to pull that off pretty well in the toy with just this really kind of smooth looking figure that looks like that CGI. So the head sculpt is really cool. Again, you've got faceplates. I'll show you. They can swap out there. And he's got light 2 LR44 batteries not included. But luckily, that's like China's favorite battery. So I actually had a couple, my last 2 in the garage. And you put them in the head, underneath the gorilla head actually. Then you can push down on the bot head. And you get the lights to glow. It's pretty good actually. And it stays for a while. So different faceplates give different eyes too, so you can kind of get different looks with that glow. Okay, so now let me just give you a quick up and down the figure just so you can see, and what I encourage you to take a look at is just like this paint effect. This kind of textured, you know, it's not like super hairy gorilla look. They didn't go for like the most realistic gorilla they could do. They went for toon accuracy, like Takara always does. And it looks really, really good. Because it's got that smooth CGI look, but there's sort of like a little bit of fur texture there, like there would have been in the cartoon. So I think they did a really nice job with that. A lot of nice accents under the arms. Nice job with the chest. You know, the legs and the knees, they've got all that. And I like how this detailing flips out down here with the feet. They've got like the pumps and everything down there. So I really like the likeness. Got all the details in there. Blue hands. Looks really, really good. I'll spin them around the side here. You can check out this profile. You can see everything in that backpack kind of stows away. There's the guns that will flip up if you'd like them to. Got the shoulder that kind of sticks out. Sorry, focus is jumping around. Shoulder sticks out, and underneath that you've got the arm. And you go down to the form there. Guns are stowed under there. Down into the sides of the legs. Did a nice job kind of making the back of those legs come together too. Let me show you one knit here. Probably one of the few knits I can point out is when it comes to elbow joint articulation. Kind of opens up like this, and you get this big odd looking gap there. Unnatural looking kind of elbow effect. So probably the only area that I've really noticed where something looks funny. We'll spin around here the back of the figure, and again, what I'm just encouraging you to take a look at is the likeness, how well this paint is, and then, you know, try to find a quality issue. You know, try to find a discoloration, try to find, you know, bad paint. That can always just be any individual figure. You never know, but some have had pervasive bad paint issues with Masterpiece in the past. Nothing wrong with my guy here. And the other thing is, like, you know, the plastics, just there's no sprue marks, no plastic flashes, nothing like that. That's where I come back to my earlier comment. I mean, it might very well be like the highest quality figure that I've seen in a long time, and probably very much towards the top of the list in terms of toon accuracy and just quality of make. And his right side here, we'll just take a quick spin down because it's not much different than his left side. Okay, so let me give you some of the quick articulation tour, which again I thought was really good. Obviously the head's going to kind of spin side to side there. A little bit of down, a little bit of up. You can see that. Not much down because he just kind of goes right into the chest, but there's some effect there. The arms, nice little light ratchet. You know, it's not over ratchety, but you get some nice clicks, and there's enough of them in there. That spins around pretty well. You can take his arms just pretty much straight out right into those gorilla kind of sections. Got a swivel there at the form. He's got an elbow, which I already pointed out I don't love because it kind of creates the odd flat effect there underneath. And then you've got his hands here, which are basically lower sections of 3 fingers, and then index finger separate. So that's kind of your 2 articulation points. And then the hands will pivot as well, kind of at the wrist. For the waist, again, nice soft ratchet. I love it. Lots of clicks. Click, click, click. Legs. Again, it doesn't click as loud, but you get a nice soft ratchet in there. You can see how it stops on all those points. So you can get his leg straight out. You can get his leg straight back. You can get his knee. Pretty good. You know, the size of it stops him from kicking himself in the butt, but you get a lot there. Top of the knee, not great. When you get in that position, it opens all that up and you really don't get much coverage in terms of being able to bring this piece down. That would probably be the other area. Elbows and knees don't look the prettiest when you have them in kind of 90-degree mode. You get a little bit of swivel up there at the thigh. And then the foot here. I really like the foot. I just love the color, love this pump accent that comes out. It sort of works. See how that slides in there? But you get the pivot here, and then you get the, sorry, that would be the pivot. This, I guess, is just the tilt back and forth, and then you get kind of toe right there as well. A really nice articulation. I'm really impressed with it. It's really smooth with a nice kind of light ratchet in it. I think that you could probably have this guy hold any pose you wanted to. Also take the legs out wide. Get the splits on like that. All right, guys, so let me tick through the different face plates. Again, that front face comes off. I've got this one there on him. And I'll show you the light effect as well really quick. He's kind of got one eye squintier a little bit, left eye, then the right eye it looks like. We got this look. He's got this one here. Looks like the eyes are more balanced. And I'll show you one time here and just kind of swapping it out. Not the easiest. You got to kind of pull the head up and just get your finger under there. Just pry it out at the chin more or less, which I don't love. See how that just pops out? It's a peg right there. And you just grab your other face. And it's just going to peg right in there. Like that. So you've got this look as well. I'll show you the light effect there. So he's got basically 2 symmetrical eyes in that look. And he's got one more with the lips here, which looks like this one. I'll show that to you. So here I've got that one on his face, and I'll give you the light effect here. So it looks like 2 squinty eyes. I've seen 2 wide eyes, 2 squinty eyes, and one that had a right wide eye and a left squinty eye. And then the last piece here is the battle mask. So 3 with lips, 1 battle mask. So here finally the 4th and final face plates, the battle mask version. Give you the light effect here. Balanced eyes, just with the battle mask. Then also for bot mode, he comes with these 2 cyber blades. And these are really nicely done. Again, really nice paint. 2 of these bad boys. Let's just look at one here so you can get a sense of the detail. Just look at the shape. You know, spot on tune accuracy shape. Really nice job with the paint. Nice silver blade. That blue is just awesome. Yellow accent there. And then kind of a black or really dark blue handle. Really, really nice looking accessory. Okay guys, so let me last here in bot mode show you the gimmicks. So I mentioned he's got the blasters in the arm. These are just called the plasma cannons. You can see how they're kind of shaped into the arm here. And to get them out, it's kind of tricky, but on the inside there's like this very fine just wedge there, little tab you can push on. Kind of give that a push with your fingernail if you can. It creates a little bit of a separation there. And you can pull out the gun. See that? It pulls it up. And you can, whatever, have it up like a shield, but you kind of need to have it all the way back. Pushing this back is what elevates the gun. So that over there, and then this arm as well. Same thing. Pretty cool. I mean, I don't love, that's not the greatest access, mechanism. but it really keeps things hidden and stowed away. Fortunately, I'm able to do it, but some people might have a hard time with trying to get a little bit of a finger in there. But then, boom, there you go. The guns come up. Love that. I mean, that just looks really good. Go ahead and check one of those things out. The detail there. Kind of a silver, more silver gunmetal across the nose. Darker plastic in the back section of the gun. They really did a nice job with those. And they didn't paint them. I've seen on some statues, like Prime 1's got a fancy statue, $1,000 statue coming out. They've made these red. Not sure if that's tune accurate or not. It's kind of tough to see. I've seen some pictures. It's hard to really see because it's always got the blast effect here. So it's difficult to see. But they went ahead and went with a red accent there. And oh, look. You can get a little bit of a barrel extension as well. So that's cool. So you can have him leaning back, just blasting people like that. Also on the back here, I've pointed out he's got the mega blasters back here. These two big guns, these just kind of flip over. Just like that, pretty simple. And then you can have them facing front for weaponry like that. So that's a pretty easy, just kind of rotating accessory. They stow away just nice and easy in the back. Also back here, while we're back here, the blades have a little tab right there. And those will stow back here. Okay, best if you store the guns and fold them all the way inside of the tab so they're not really in the way. It makes it easier to just kind of get, that way the gun isn't in the way of the sword, so you can flip it like that. Again, other side. Bring the Mega Blaster inside of the tab. Grab your sword, tab that guy in there. So you can stow the swords like that. That's cool. I mean, I like being able to put the accessories somewhere on the figure and kind of have it all ready to go. And you can do that here. So you can stow the swords, and the guns all just flip out of the figure. So that's really sweet. One other super small nit with kind of the grip. It's got this tab. It's kind of right there in with where the fingers rotate in. The swords, of course, have a tab, like all Transformers weapons. You don't just get like a nice secure tab that just holds it in. It'll tab in there, but really, that just helps set it. You've got to bring the fingers around like that. And really, to nail it, you got to bring the index finger. That really sets the grip. You got to be like that to really hold the swords. You don't just get a nice tab like you do with some gun accessories on some of these figures. Then finally on the back, they have this thing called Convoy Jet Mode. And the directions don't really seem to get you all the way there, but if you bring up the guns, kind of do a little half-step transformation here, open up these flaps, just kind of make this a little more accessible. And all you really do, I don't know why it necessarily has you do all that, because all you really do is flip this around, and you can see right there, there's a little jetpack kind of look to it. You do that. Just put everything back, basically. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you can tab all this stuff back in. The directions aren't perfectly clear on that, but I'm just going to put everything back the way it was. And then you've just got the jetpack accent coming out of the bottom. If you wanted to put the guns up, you know, you could do that like this. Whatever, but basically just to get flight. That just kind of rotates really simply right out of the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and do transformation. I've obviously had him out of the box for a while, like I've said, good week and a half or more. So he's in bot mode, so we're going to go back. He comes packaged in gorilla mode, but we're going to go ahead and go back from bot to gorilla. So little details first, just kind of getting the hands situated. Go ahead and give him an underhand grip. Go ahead and give the elbows a twist in so the joint goes to the inside. Go ahead and kind of ratchet down these plates. Next up at the chest, just go ahead and kind of break loose the tab here. That tabs into the neck. Give that a little bit of space, but the main thing we want to do is take this decorative section, pull it out of that piece, give it a twist around and close it back up. So you just get kind of the gorilla look back. Next, we're just going to give his waist a twist back around. Then we're going to come to the back and we're going to pull down these covers previously had kind of allowed access to that cool pump effect. Just going to bring those back down. Kind of bending the knee helps. Get your thumb under there. Slide those back down. And then just kind of fold back up the leg. Want to go back for the gorilla leg. See that piece there? It's just going to kind of lay together like that. And same thing on the other side. Let's bring that bad boy up and get those to kind of sit together like that for now. Next here, we just want to kind of fold back in these knee accents so the red goes away. Come around the back, and there's this big leg panel here. Kind of get that loose. There you go. So it rotates. Give that a push up. So I'm going to get it loose. You can see better there. Finger. Then it kind of spins. Tricky here. There we go. And snaps back up. So you start to get, again, the gorilla leg. So then if we come in here to the feet, we're going to go back to just 8 foot. So kind of flip out the toe looking foot. You can see how that piece just kind of folds into the top of the shin. See that? So just kind of flip that out. That gray piece folds into the top of the shin there to complete that ankle look. You get the feet, and then just fold back the bot foot underneath to kind of go back to 8 foot. So we're like this now, so we're getting close. We gotta do some of the heavy lifting here with the back and the head. So if we come back here, kind of unpeg these sides. Little flaps here on the shoulders. Give those a little outward peg. So you can pull out this backpack section, give it a spin like this. So we get that going in the right direction. That opens up space like this. And we're going to want to give the head a rotate here. So kind of just open all that up. Because we want to bring the gorilla head back up like that. Sorry, what we actually want to do here is fold the guns up back into those slots so they get stowed away. Then tab over the top of them so they get closed up. Then here I'm just back on this front, just trying to get this piece up. Okay, this piece is just proven painful, but you can just kind of get your finger in there and it's just tight because I haven't gone back to this transformation. So you pull it up so you can get the abdominal piece in underneath of it. There we go. Get those pegged together. Okay. So there he is. Hey, get those covered up. There we go. Okay, so we've got him in beast mode here. Let me give you the quick 360 tour. Again, I think he looks really good for toon accuracy. It's got that his slick, smooth CGI sort of look to him. I think in typical Takara fashion, whenever they had to make trade-offs, they did it in alt mode here. For example, you know, if you lift the arm up there, you start to get kind of some gappage underneath there. You can see where the pieces kind of come together, so you don't really got a good panel or anything underneath the arm, but I mean, because he's a gorilla, you're mostly going to have him like this or in a gorilla pose, which I'll show you in a moment. At the back of the figure here, again, you got some of the white that comes through, so you have that on the back. Don't love the back of the feet either, the way they made the 8 foot. A little bit of bot kibble comes into play. Right side here, not much different than the left. And back to the front here. So let's go in closer. Let me show you some of these extra face sculpts. Okay, so again, beast mode here, you get these 2 extra sculpts. In addition to the one on the figure. Kind of a goofy one here, kind of a serious one here. Or a stern one, and then that's kind of the angry one. So to swap them out, kind of similar to the bot mode, you just pull it out. This one's easier because it's right there, chunky. So if we put the goofy face on, you've got to look at that. Again, they did a nice job with both face sculpts. You know, the beast mode face sculpt here looks good as well. I think the colors are all really good. The toon accuracy is really good on this figure. Then the other one here, kind of this stern look, I guess I'd call it. The Professor Beast Mode Convoy. So that is that one. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, face swap out plates, relatively newer on Masterpiece. And, you know, they're giving you probably the most options here that we've seen on any Masterpiece figure to date so far in terms of face expression swap outs. So while we're here, let me just give you a quick up and down the figure close up so you can take a look at that CGI sort of look. Here's some knits. Shoulder panels don't quite cover everything. Get a little bit of white showing through there. But again, I think that just kind of slickness. And the feet, you know, the feet are just okay. They're better from the front than in the back. And they're making their compromises here. But that slick CGI look, they really nailed that. Side of the figure here. There's kind of that foot piece that I don't love. You know, the face here, there's just a lot of lines. Obviously, that whole swap out gimmick. It's cool to have options, but it really makes this piece of the face just kind of, you know, kind of bad. I mean, you do have some really nasty lines there. Swing him around back here. Check that out. There's the white. There's the nasty feet. I will say this tab here has not been well explained. So it's there. I can see it. I can flip it out. I just don't know what that is supposed to do because the directions don't really speak of it. So I did Google this, guys, because it was driving me nuts a little bit. Nothing in directions, but it's just one of these things that, you know, Takara goes for tune accuracy first, but sometimes they do some things to pay homage to the toy renditions of the characters, and I guess that's what that's for. The original toy had some sort of handle in the back. Again, I'm not a Beast Wars guy. It was a little after my time, and I never got into it a whole lot, but that is what that piece was put there for. So you can get them in a proper gorilla stance here. Kind of pull the arms forward, see how those kind of pivot out of the joints there. Kind of rotate these around, get them in a gorilla pose. The head will come up. So you have that kind of articulation there. In ape mode, and you can get some head twist as well. There's some of that extra ape articulation, this arm, extra articulation that helps versus what I've already shown you. And then you just kind of try to hunch them forward and get those legs bent a little bit and get them leaning over. Don't know if I'm doing it quite perfectly, but it's pretty close. So there you have it, guys. Takara Masterpiece MP-32. Beast Mode, Convoy, Optimus Primal. Again, nice figure. I'm not a Beast Wars fanboy at all. I'm a big Optimus Prime fan. That's why I picked the figure up. It's pricey, yes, but they did a really nice job with it. Tune accuracy is money. Quality is fantastic. Again, probably near the very top of Masterpiece quality work. And I like what gimmicks they do give you that fits with the tune accuracy, the swords, the guns in the arms, the guns on the back. Love the extra faceplate swap outs. So very cool figure. Very well done. Not disappointed I picked it up and gave it a shot. Hope this video was helpful if you're thinking about doing the same. So we'll close out with some posing montage. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. He can scratch his head and rub his tummy. Do his best King Kong. Hello everyone, Dan the 14th Prime here. Today I wanted to share with you guys the Hot Toys War Machine from the Iron Man 2 movie.